Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so we had a little bit, few technical connections. We have now overcome them to go live in a little bit of a different way. So, look, the end result's okay. We're happy with going live and checking you guys out. Guys, thank you very much for being here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ali Sells joined. Assalamu alaikum. Jafar Naliwala. Oh, mashallah. We got some live people. Jazira Feroz, Harun Muhammad, Jafar Naviwala. Sorry, Jafar Naviwala. Sorry, Muhammad Ali. Salaam alaikum, brothers. How are you guys? How is everybody doing? Look, the live is about questions that you guys have. Okay, so move this around a little bit. Questions that you guys might have about Dubai real estate. I'm happy to help as much as I can, right? So anything that I think would help you, I'm happy to give you advice. The top question today, the top question today is if money wasn't a factor in your life, okay? Yasir Yakub, hi, how are you? If money wasn't a factor in your life, if money was not a factor in your life, what would you be doing right now? Allahu Akbar. Allah. Subhanallah, that's a very deep question, by the way. Yeah, if money was not a factor in your life, Dubai Properties by Pruvi Giant Sharif, Dubai Realtor. Hey guys, Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys? What is your? Do you have a question? Do you have a story to share? Something that you want to tell me about? Something that's going well for you guys? Everybody on YouTube, welcome, guys. I want to ask a question. I'd love to hear from you guys. Your answer to this. If money was not a factor, Ali Sells, Muhammad Ali, Kif Halit, how are you, Muhammad Ali? How are you? It's Ashara, Yasir Yaqub. If money was not a factor, if money was not a factor, what would you be doing right now? Right? If money was not a factor, what would you be doing right now? Have you noticed? I think Instagram has a filter and YouTube has a filter, built-in filter, right? It makes you look nicer. Have you noticed that? Because we generally use another camera to go live, but with Instagram, uh, it's like they've got a built-in finger. They've got a built-in finger because they figured out that people are not going to have the perfect lighting and everything. So they've got a built-in figure, built-in lighting figure. Some way what they do is essentially speaking, you look nicer on Instagram. Okay, bless you guys. Hey guys, thank you very much for everybody who's joined in. It's Ashara, Sam, Tani. Love to take questions that you guys might have. I want to ask you guys a question as well. If money was not a factor, if money was not a factor, what would you be doing right now? Vinod 19, welcome. Welcome, guys. Thanks very much for joining in. This is about real estate and generally speaking, life in Dubai as well. Okay, I want to take a question from Straight Path 8356. Okay, so Straight Path 8356, thank you very much for sending this question across to me. He asks a very pertinent, good question. I like the question. He's given me a lot of details on his question, right? So he says, my neighbor in Dubai sold his idle lying home in India for rupees 11 million, okay? A decade back, okay? So 11 million rupees into AED. I just want to see how many. Okay, all right, not bad, not bad. 11 million Indian rupees today is obviously very different compared to what it was a decade ago. Okay, so in let's say 2015. Okay, so in 2015, how much was it? So he ended up buying. It says here, Anu Pereira, welcome. He says, Assalamu alaikum, Ali. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you doing, brother? Do you have a question? You just saying salam. Thank you very much for the salam. Okay, so the person says they sold their home for 11 million rupees, 11 million rupees back in India, and then they ended up buying a property in Jumeirah Lake Towers for 750,000 dirhams, and they got 65,000 dirhams in rent. Okay, that property is now worth 1.3 million and rents at 120,000. That's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. I'll tell you why I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good for a couple of reasons. Number one, you've got 65,000 dirhams over a 10-year period. So he's collected 650,000 dirhams, which is $177,000. Okay, and the property price has gone up to 1.3 million. That's pretty good, right? So that's pretty good. Like property price has gone up to 3 million, 1.3 million. 1.3 million is pretty good. Like if you really look at it, it's super good. Like, think about it. 1.3 minus 750. Yeah, we're talking about 550,000 dirham increase, right? So 550,000 dirham increase. That's pretty good. Okay. Oh, who's there? Omer Sakhira. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, Omer? How are you doing? Assalamu alaikum. Look at this big guy from London. MashaAllah. Shuaib Real Estate. How are you doing, sir? On YouTube. Assalamu alaikum. I'm fine. Thank you very much. Send your questions, Omer. Looking to buy a property in Dubai. MashaAllah. We're gonna get you the biggest mansion, brother. The biggest mansion. Dista Rakutu joined. Kif Halaj. How you doing, Omer? Hey, I had a question for all you guys who are watching live. This is my question, okay? This is my question. This is my question. Oh, la ilaha illallah. I'm glad you're not a pilot, you know that. Airplane pilot. Oh, I'm glad you're not a pilot. Okay. My question is, if money wasn't a factor, what would you be doing right now? All right. If money was not a factor, what would you be doing right now? So, guys, coming back to this gentleman, his total return on investment. He bought a house for 750,000 dirhams a decade ago. Okay. That apartment in Dubai is now 1.3 million dirhams. So he made about 550,000 dirhams in capital gains. Okay, so 550,000 dirhams, 550,000 dirhams in capital gain, plus 650,000 dirhams in rental income. He's made about 1.2 million dirhams. Okay, 1.2 million dirhams on the property. Okay, so he's made 1.2 million dirhams on the property, which is pretty decent, right? Now, if you take 1.2 million dirhams, okay, you divide it by, let's say, 10, he made about 120,000 dirhams, okay, on his original capital investment of 750,000 dirhams. Wow, this guy's at 16% return per annum. Not bad. There's a few good things about this, right? The good thing about this goes to show about holding on to a property as well. Like that's pretty good. Shoaib Real Estate, mashallah, sir. Last week I went to Dubai for 5 days, and in 5 days I explored all Dubai real estate companies that I know. Last night I came back to Dubai. Mashallah, bless you, brother. Hope you had a very good trip in Dubai. What did you discover? Did you have more questions? BCA.BC. Salam alaikum. Asif Feroz. Salam alaikum. Umair, what's your question? You must have a question, brother. Noor Sabah 2020. Ashif Feroz. Salam alaikum. BC. Umair Sakera. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Shoaib. So, sir, I would like to know that the company I visited, they said that there is no salary for agent, 100% commission based only. That is correct. Okay, that's how the Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, Noor Sabah 2020. Noor Sabah 20, wa alaikum assalam. That is how the market operates. Okay, that is how the market operates. There's very few companies that would give you a base salary, which is why if you've seen some of my earlier videos, I always talk about this, that if you're coming into the Dubai market and you want to start working in real estate, what you want to ideally do is have 6 months worth of savings, right? So you want to have 6 months worth of savings. Okay, so if you have 6 months worth of savings, you're going to be in a situation that you can make life okay for you. Okay, So the 6 months worth of savings is pretty important. Okay. So Shoaib, what's your question around this? I thought you already knew this, or you might know this, right? Real estate is a pure a commission play most of the time. Very few companies pay a salary. Okay, very few companies pay a salary. It's not true that nobody pays. Some companies do pay, and if they're paying, then you might be in a situation that you're good. But then what happens is, at the end of the day, when they pay a salary, you get a very lower commission base. So you might be then on a 20%, 30% because they're paying you a salary. Okay, Poonam Bangera. Hello, guys. So Shoaib is saying, so should I give resign and join this market directly? Because I already decided that I want to come in this market and will achieve my dream, inshallah, and I'm sure I can do it. Okay, Bismillah, yeah. If you're asking me that if you should already resign, that's kind of like you have to make that personal decision. And the way you make that personal decision is you've got to check your bank balance. How much money do you have in your account? Can you survive for 6 months? Can you make sure that you're okay for 6 months? And if you think, yeah, I've got enough money for 6 months, then you are going to be okay. You're going to be okay, right? Obviously, when you come into the Dubai market, look at some of my original videos from 6 years ago, where I'm talking about if you're coming into the Dubai market, you've got to make sure that these are the basic things you're going to do. Now, I've got a question for you, right? Question for everybody who's watching live. Okay, the question is, if money wasn't a factor, what would you be doing right now? I already kept 1 year backup to my family, and for me, I have 4 months backup. Okay, all right, inshallah, 4 months is okay. So if you've done 1 year, like you obviously for more, like for a lot of people, they don't even have this kind of backup, right? For a lot of people, they don't have this many years of backup. Like you've got 4 years and 3 years, and that's pretty good. Like it's super awesome. So for a lot of people, they don't even have these many years of backup. So if you've got this many years of backup, like it's really good. Like you should really think about it. And the way you do it is go for goal. Like go for full commitment. Okay. That is tricky. Okay, so obviously they're saying that they'll do your visa when you will close the deal. It's a little bit of a tricky thing for you. I'll explain what's going on. Okay, guys. The thing is, there's so many people want to come into Dubai real estate. Dubai real estate, or look, guys, it's not just Dubai real estate. Like, if you want to do something at a high level, because uh, the rewards are quite big as well, right? You've got to remember the rewards are quite huge, right? So the rewards are, you might be able to make hundreds of thousands of dirhams or millions and millions of dirhams. So because the rewards are quite high, it attracts a lot of people who want to get in there. Like it's kind of like, let's imagine playing cricket in India, right? Maybe this will be a good example. So if you're playing cricket in India, or let's say the English Premier League, okay, let's say football in England, if you're playing at the highest level, I remember this was 25 years ago. Assalamu alaikum, Kamran, Kami Sheikh, how are you? 25 years ago. Assalamu alaikum, sir, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? Bless you. 25 years ago, this guy, I think his name was Alan Shearer. His weekly, what do you call this? His weekly, the money that he was getting per week was approximately uh, 50,000 pounds, right? So everybody thought, okay, that's great. So, but the reality is that he plays at an elite level that a lot of other people can't play. So if a lot of people could play at that elite level, he 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 would not be making 50,000, because the guys who are paying 50,000 are paying because he's unique, right? So when you're so unique, what ends up happening is You get paid a lot of money. So that's what applies to Dubai real estate. Okay. Now, because the gold, because the rewards are so high, sometimes what's also happening is a lot of people are getting attracted to come into Dubai real estate. Like they want to come and work, right? They want to do well. So what happened? But what's happening is are all of them willing to put in the time to make it work? That is the question, and that's the difficulty. So now what happens is a lot of companies want them to come and work, but what they end up doing is they say, okay, well, we want you to come and work with us, but we're only going to give you a visa if you do your first deal and so on and so forth. That is a problem, okay? Now, here's the thing. You could get a visa by telling them, but hey, listen, I'll just pay for my visa, right? So just pay for it. And what you need, so pay them for it and say, look, I'll pay for it, but if I perform really well for 1 year, you're going to pay me this money back. But what that means is you've got to go into a company that you're going to stay in for 1 year. Like you're serious about, I'm going to stay here and I'm not going to move anywhere, right? Does that make sense, guys? So if you want to really get a visa, because obviously it makes sense to have a residence visa, because with a visa you can get a driving license, you can get your own phone, you can rent a place, etc., etc., etc. And if they're saying you've got to come on a visit visa, you've got to remember that it's not legal to work in Dubai on a visit visa, right? Everybody should know this. It's not technically correct and allowed to work in Dubai. Adnan 9520 asks, is cold calling a real trouble? Yes, cold calling is illegal in Dubai. Don't do it. It's not supposed to be done. If you do it, then you could get into some kind of problem. So I recommend don't do cold callings, guys. Don't do cold calling. It's Guys, listen, it's such an old way of doing business and so difficult. Like I get a lot of calls because a lot of the older um, investors who used to buy properties, they would sometimes end up putting my mobile number or somebody in the team's mobile number onto documents. We just get so many calls. I don't even end up. And now, like I've always been polite to the people who cold call because I know that why they're doing it. So I'll just tell them, look, we're agents. This property is just being managed by us. It's not available for sale, so on and so forth. I'm never rude to them, but I'm never rude to them. But what I do is I always tell them uh, but now it's reached a stage where I don't pick up a call, right? So you guys have to understand, if you're doing cold calls, most people will not pick up your phones. I'll DM you, please, once you reply, once you're free. Sure, please DM, no problem. Shoaib Real Estate, they said first you have to come by visit visa for 2 months. Compared to Dubai, Kuwait, Dubai is very expensive. Yeah, but unfortunately or unfortunately, like, okay, so Shoaib, I'm going to give you some perspective, right? The reason Dubai is so expensive is because so many people come and live here. The reason they all come and live here is because Dubai is a great city. And because they come and live here, they also buy real estate. And you want to work in real estate. So you want more people to come. So expect that things may get more expensive. How do things get more expensive? Anu, do you know? The supply and demand, okay? So let's say if this pen, there were millions of pens in this world and easily can be reproduced, that's going to be not too expensive. You don't have to pay a lot of money to get this, right? But what ends up happening is if there are not millions of pens, and this is very special, and you want this pen, and he wants this pen, and somebody else wants this pen, then you guys are going to have to pay what I say or what the market decides. So that's the thing with Dubai real estate, okay? Duro Jaya Habib, co-founder ODC Travels. Hi, brother. How are you? User means joined. Who is user means? Okay, hey guys, how are you? User means. So Shoaib, it is what it is, right? The realtor Dubai DXP, mashallah. You. So it is what it is. Sorry that it's expensive, but yeah. They said first you have to come. Okay, straight path. Assalamu alaikum. I was actually answering your question, straight path, a little bit a while ago. Uh, Can you make a video on metro lines? Yeah, I think metro lines for sure. I'll make a video. Good, bro. How are you? Assalamu alaikum, realtor. The realtor DXB. MashaAllah. Metro lines, yeah, sure. We'll make a video. There is more than the metro line as well. There's something else that's also coming up that a lot of us don't know much about. It's called the loop. It's called the loop. You want me talking? It's called the loop, and that loop is going to be built by the Boring Company. Not boring because it's not enjoyable, but it's boring because that's what it's called. It's underground tunnels. Yeah, you heard about this? Anu? Yeah, you know about this? It's underground tunnels being built in Dubai. They're going to have a lot of stations. That is really going to also change the game. It's going to be, you sit in Tesla cars and then you go around the world in something called the loop. It's going to be quite interesting, actually. MashaAllah. Yes, Elon Musk. MashaAllah, straight path. Elon Musk's the Boring Company. Subhanallah. Raji NA joined. So there's going to so metro lines for sure. I'll do this straight path. I was looking at your numbers, right? The question that you asked about the neighbor who bought the property for 750,000 dirhams a decade ago, rented it for 65,000 dirhams. So I'm assuming he got 65,000 dirhams for 10 years, which is 650,000 dirhams. And today the property price is 1.3 million. So 1.3 million dirhams, 550,000 dirhams more. Total ROI, return on investment, total ROI is 1.2 million, which is a return of 16% per annum. Okay. Yeah. So if he wants to buy another property, I think what he will, I think because he's somebody who holds long term, I would recommend that he should buy a property from a top tier developer. Try that because top tier developers, especially the ones that focus on building great communities, straight path, are really good when it comes for long term value. Like over 10 years, things go really, really, really well. So I suggest like buy a property uh, that somebody's selling over like for long term. Buy a property that you have uh, long term. Okay, so buy a property that you can have. If he's looking to hold a property for very very long, I definitely recommend that he buys a great developer, a tier one, absolute tier one developer. Fuad, assalamu alaikum, how are you? Okay, somebody says, can he be says yes, we need to understand numbers. Shoaib Real Estate. Any tips for new real estate agents? Yeah, look, there's three things I'm going to tell you. Four things, okay? Four things, Shoaib, I'm going to tell you as a new real estate agent. Number one, you are in a business called lead generation. What is lead generation? Lead generation means that every day you should talk to 10 people, meet 10 people, get 10 people's mobile number, name, and email address. Okay, so take 10 people, mobile number, email, and mobile number, name, and email address. Okay, so talk to 10 people. With these 10 people, get their mobile number, name, and email address. Okay, that's what you should be doing with 10 people. Okay, that's what you should be doing with 10 people every day. If you get this correct, the rest will follow through. Okay, what's the rest? Number one, you should get knowledge about the real estate projects in Dubai. Okay, if you're starting out, I would recommend that you shouldn't be looking at the super elite, super expensive stuff. Look at properties that are being sold under the 2 million dirham mark. Okay, look at properties that are being sold under the 2 million dirhams mark. Get all the knowledge that's available about those properties by visiting the developers, the sales agents, so on and so forth. Second thing you do is, in my opinion, get the information on how the processes of Dubai real estate operate. Okay, how the processes operate. Where is how do you close? How do you buy an off plan? Um, those things will not happen overnight. Like you're not going to be like you work and you like instantly figure it out. You still have to spend some effort, right? So first things first, every day lead generate, every day lead generate, every day lead generate. Second thing second, your job is to understand and have knowledge about buy real estate. Then your job is to make sure that You're learning about the processes of real estate. You're learning about the processes of real estate. And last is you're working on yourself as well, like like you've got to help build your intellectual capacity, emotional capacity on how you communicate with people. Before I go, guys, I had this one question. Nobody really answered this. I wanted to really ask: if money wasn't a factor, what would you be doing right now? If money was not a factor, what would you be doing right now? Anybody? Any takers? Anybody? No way. Under you. If money was not a factor, I know what you would be doing. If money was not a factor, what would you be doing right now?
Probably in every month I'll travel and visit a new country in a weekend.
Krishna, that's good. On the weekend, you would travel and visit a new country every weekend. Okay, that's
Not every
pretty.
weekend, like one trip per month.
One trip per month. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, welcome to the dark land. Irfan K10, user means Taz for Johnny. Assalamu alaikum. You would travel to a new country every month. Okay, what about you, Mr. Krishna? Nothing. MashaAllah. Yeah, okay, that's very good. Sleep. Say sleep, okay? You know what? That can also be a goal, right? Sleep can also be a goal for people who are short on sleep. Okay, focus on improving mental and physical health and bond over sports. Yeah, that's good. You know what I think? Sometimes, like, we say this, and then we realize, like, what is stopping us, right? Why are we not playing sports right now, right? So, what is sometimes stopping us? Like, what's stopping us from traveling more? Could It's us, yeah. We Okay. Thank you for that answer. Okay, yeah, that's true, right? Because actually, if you really think about it, there's already a lot of places to travel in the UAE. You don't have to leave the UAE as well. Like, have you seen all the Emirates? So it's interesting, right? So we of course, travel has its own fun, right? You go to the air, like if you travel by plane, you go to the airport, you check in, you get the plane
Passport
assigned,
stamp.
you get the passport stamp. Well, you don't get passport stamp now, right? Sometimes you don't. But you get the passport stamp, um, and then and then you travel, and then you go like that. Travel, you land in a different city or whatever, and then you feel you came to a different country. But if you really think about it, you could even travel to the different Emirates of Dubai or UAE. Like, there are still 7 Emirates, and the Emirates do feel different. Every time you go to a different emirate, it does feel a little bit different. Like, so why not do that, right? So everybody who's watching on Instagram still, Irfan K10 user means would love to know. Straight Path said, focus on improving mental and physical health and bond over sports. Again, right? May Allah bless you. I think it's time to focus, right? I think, like, and, like, if you really thought about it and planned it, like, you could just go to the different emirates. Why does it have to be a different country first? Could be a different emirate. And the beautiful thing about the United Arab Emirates is all these emirates are pretty nice, pretty safe, pretty secure. They all have great 5-star hotels and stuff like that. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining in. I appreciate everybody who came in, and bahut shukriya, sir. Jazakallah khair. You're welcome, Shoaib. May Allah bless you. Everybody who joined in, I appreciate you joining in. Thank you very much for the ones who wanted to ask questions, sent the questions through as well. I bid you adieu, and I say goodbye for today. See you guys soon on the other side. Bye bye. Okay, so should I just close this? Oh, this one as well. Okay, here. I don't know what to do. See this? Send copy with airdrop. I don't know. Oh, I still have to end on YouTube.